Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear me, so if there is anybody out there watching, forgive my booze-ridden t-shirt. Um, can somebody just let me know if you can hear me? That would be great. You'll have to excuse the excessive water drinking. It's very hot here in the UK. Okay, I'm just going to wait for some people to pop in. There we go. Now I've got you. Hello, lovely. How are you? Good, I hope. All right. Hey, yes. Hi, Mandy. Lovely to have you. You guys should keep an eye out for that name, Mandy Colvin. I predict very big things for this woman. She's definitely going to take the world and probably YouTube by storm. So keep an eye out and remember I told you. Not too bad, thanks, sweetie. All good. How are you? Can hear you. Excellent. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me, to be completely honest with you. So, as you can tell by the video, oh yeah, by the title of the video, again, you'll have to excuse the excessive water drinking. As you can see, I'm melting. It's so hot here right now, but it's beautiful. I might actually do one of these outside later as well. Ooh. All right. Anyway, I'm digressing and I'm getting off topic. And actually, that energy of being sporadic, of getting pulled off of point and stuff is all part of what I'm about to talk about. So, a lot of people, I've been getting messages, I've seen a lot of comments on my videos. A lot of people at the moment are really asking the big question, like, what the F is going on, right? And it's funny that this keeps cropping up because I'm asking myself the same question at the moment. There's been a lot of really interesting happenings recently. So, just a show of hands or a little comment in the chat. How many of you have been feeling excessively tired, even though you've not really done more than your normal duties? How many of you are feeling overly emotional? Yes, the sun is in Cancer. I'm fully aware. I was born with the moon in Cancer. Very proud of that fact, but we know it makes us all in the feels. So, I totally get that. But overly emotional, like in ways that aren't necessarily all about outbursts or right emotional eating, absolutely, but just feeling like like I'm really, really tired, and it's like you haven't really done much more than what you normally do. Like I was examining this yesterday, and I was thinking. Maybe I am being a bit of and I'm prone to being a workaholic, but maybe I was thinking maybe I'm being a bit more than normal. And I thought, no, I'm really not. Um, Tired, overly emotional, the overeating as well, looking for that comfort. Yes, all signs of the sun being in Cancer, absolutely. Love that Cardelian moon. What really, and what else as well? Sleep. Has anybody noticed that your sleep, the quality of sleep that you're getting, the length of sleep that you're getting, not quite the same as it usually is? Um, a lot of people are reporting, I feel off. I can't really put my finger on it, but something feels off. Something feels off kilter, as somebody mentioned to me today. Have you noticed with the dreams? Right now, who is I don't know what sleep is right now. Sleep, who is she? Right? Absolutely. And it's not even the full moon. Yeah, well, we're gearing up to it. It's in like 2 days. So yes, that's absolutely part of it. Somebody's put here weird in the weird in the pain body. Very, very interesting as well. So I'm going to talk about something here. I started writing an article and I thought, you know what, this isn't going to reach as many people as I really want it to. And it's not about the view count, it's about helping people to understand what is actually going on right now. This is my intuition, it's what I feel at the moment. For those of you that are spiritually inclined, for those of you that are aware, how many of you have been experiencing visitations? And I'm not talking about like, oh, that's a nice little breeze and there's a nice little smell and spirits probably around right now. I'm talking full on. I'm in your room staring at you, moving around, visitations. Anyone else but me. This last 7 days, I have woken up at 4 a.m. every single day, right? Now, I'm used to this stuff. Yes, but they just watch. Yes, all right, great. So it's not just me then, right? So usually when they pop in, I usually know straight away who it is, what they've come to visit for, and all the rest of it. Now, I don't really talk a lot about this on my channel, so I'm kind of going out on a limb here, and a lot of people are going to have to stay with me. Um, this is something that I've had for a very long time. It's not something that's new to me. It's just something that I don't really share a lot of, right? D Will 4:30 there right now, right? So you get it. Um, when I say 4 a.m. every single day for the last 7 days, and I have literally, like, they started at the other end of the room, and each day they got a little bit closer. And I was like, guys, I know you're here. What do you want from me? Right? It's gotten to the point where I'm getting taps on my head. At first, I thought maybe there was a fly or something. I've been doing this a lot. To the point where even the flatmate is like, okay, what is that noise? What is that? What is going on? And they're actually starting to get a little bit irked at the and I'm like, please, I promise you, this will subside. Don't freak out. It's going to be fine. All that aside, what I want everybody to know at the moment, and this is going to sound really odd, so I really don't want to freak anybody out, but please stay with me, and I'm going to try to explain this in the best way that I possibly can. In some way, shape, or form. So at the moment, the energy is strange. It's different. It's changing. It's new. It's not just that we're coming into that point where the sun's going to enter Leo. So the sun itself is being reborn, right? In some way, shape, or form. That's a very powerful moment for the year. It's a very powerful moment for everybody. In some way, shape, or form, the sun coming home is very powerful for all of us because it's a moment of illumination. Now, when you add to that the energies of this moment in time, the weird feelings, the overly emotional energy, um, the not feeling right in your own skin, maybe feeling a bit irked, like something's underneath your skin, but you can't, do you know what I mean? Like you can't really describe what it is, and you don't feel like it's bad, you just feel like it's odd. So I'm going to explain something here that I think is going on, and I'm going to give you the reasoning behind this as well in some way, shape, or form. And please don't freak out because I do not mean this in the literal sense, right? In some way, shape, or form, we are all dying right now. Some aspect of each one of us is being laid to rest. That's why you feel so out of sorts. It's why the energy feels so weird and uncomfortable. We're all, in some way, shape, or form, being reborn. Your old thought patterns, your old ideas, your old energies, your old fuel sources. If you are the sort of person who ran on anger and coffee or fuck that, I'm going to prove you wrong, that energy is dissipating, it's disappearing. You have to find a new fuel source. And what is that fuel source? For those of us in the spiritual community, we know this. That fuel source is and always have been, always is and always has been love. We're having to dig so much deeper into finding that energy. Some part of us is being laid to rest. Some part of us is going through, and this isn't dark night of the soul stuff, because I don't feel that like, oh my God, this is dread and it's never going to end. This isn't dark night of the soul stuff. This is total revelation, reborn stuff. And this is why I say some aspect of us right now is being laid to rest. Some part of us is dying. And it's a really powerful and very beautiful and extremely cathartic moment to really be in that space where you know, okay, wow, shit, who I was, who I am, is, who I was, what my fuel source was, what I relied or depended on, that's all gone. It all goes, it all disappears, right? Why? Because the new you, the new fuel source, it's like this is being tapped over from like moving from fossil fuels to electric, right? So each one of us in some way, shape, or form is being upgraded, up leveled, upskilled, up everything, right? There's an ascension going on right now. That's the feeling that I truly get from this. There's an ascension going on right now, and at the moment, it's so easy to confuse that with holy crap, the world's going to shit. I'm going to be really honest with you. Yes, there are some challenging times going on at the moment. Yes, there are going to be even more. Before we hit the end of the year, there's going to be an intense time. I won't sit here and lie to you, but if you've been watching me long enough, you know I've been talking about it since last year. So literally about a year ago, right, I was talking about all of the crazy points of this year. Well, lo and behold, we're just over halfway. No, we're like more than halfway through the year now, and it's all kind of confirmed. So I'm okay with that. I know there's more challenging times ahead for the rest of this year. I'm not bothered by it. But at the moment, this pressure, this energy of feeling like a pressure cooker, and it's like, what is going on at the moment? I don't feel settled. I don't feel. That's all because some aspect of you is dying and it's being reborn. Um, yeah, somebody's just mentioned the flood and the crazy weather. This is all a part of it, right? So you consider the Earth is she's alive, right? The earth is alive. It's not a dead thing or a dead rock that we live in the middle of space, floating out in the middle of nowhere. As much as everybody would love to not everybody, but as much as the scientific community would love to have us believe that it's a dead inanimate object that just floats in the black of space doing nothing, I don't believe that. Human beings are deeply tied to the earth. And if we're going through this massive change of energy and this shift of consciousness and this huge shift in our actual physical bodies, have any of you noticed that certain foods that you used to love, you can't eat anymore? Interested to see that. Anybody? Things that you used to love that you practically ate every single day, you suddenly just can't take on board, you can't eat, you can't have. The fact that we're tied so deeply into the earth and it's going all through these crazy changes and floods and all the rest of it, it makes total sense, right? We're linked to this. So if you're finding that those shifts are happening in your physical body as well, it means that you're tapped into what's happening. The earth is alive, and so therefore it also has a consciousness. Now, to bring it slightly back, these shifts and changes that are taking place at the moment are really what's the word, they're really uncomfortable and possibly quite unsettling for some of us. uh, can anybody remember 2007, 2008? Not just because of the financial crash, but that's definitely a part of this whole energy. There's an up leveling and upskilling and upgrading of everything at this moment in time. Does anyone remember that around that time they went through the same thing, right? Where everything felt off kilter. I'm going to be really honest with you. 2007, 2008 was a tough time for me, but it was by nowhere near the toughest time that I didn't even realize was about to hit a little bit later. So, really, really interesting. That to me, it's kind of the same thing, only this time where the last one was kind of like a literal sort of ending in that regard. This one is more like we're stepping into a new level, we're stepping into a new paradigm, we're stepping into a new energy, into a new understanding of what we're going to do, who we're going to be. Like there is a massive upgrade taking place at the moment. Your downloads, I mean, God, the amount of ideas that I've had pouring in, right? You're going to do this and you're going to do this. And I'm like, guys, I only have two thumbs. I can't type all of this down so quickly. So sometimes I will voice note it on my phone just to get these ideas down, because as quickly as they come in is as quickly as they're going, right? Yeah, I mean, 2007, 2008 was a really powerful shift, and I think we're going through something similar. So I wanted to make this video to let everybody know you're not crazy, you're not having a dark night of the soul, you're not going through something that is just you. All of this stuff is what everybody is experiencing at the moment. There is a big change in consciousness, in energy. There's a big up level coming in some way, shape, or form. And obviously, we're all going to experience this slightly differently. But I am seeing a lot of what's the word? I'm seeing a lot of very similar symptoms that everybody's experiencing at this moment in time. So, what are the things that I want to say to you? One, hold on to who you envision yourself to be, right? And this doesn't mean that you have to be perfect right now. What I'm saying is hold on to who you envision yourself to be. If you've got goals, dreams, and hopes, that means you're already striving for a version of you that you know exists somewhere in the quantum realm. Tap into that, hold on to it, because that's the string that's going to get you to where you want to be. The second thing that I want to say to you is upgrade your lifestyle in some way, shape, or form. Either do more exercise, get your toes in the grass or out in the sand, like I always say. Maybe start the meditation practice and actually stick to it. If something calls you up at 4 a.m., get up and sit with it. What is it that you're trying to show me? Why have you pulled me from my sleep? I get that you're here. Like, literally, I cannot tell you this last 7 days, when I say spirit activity has been high, I mean, like, the last time I remember it being this high was 2007 and 2008. And that's why I'm talking about this, because I've experienced this before, and I thought, this is really, really similar. The difference is the one in 2007 and 2008 was really dark. I have to be honest. It was for me anyway. That's how I experienced it. This one just feels light, but it's like, this is really uncomfortable. It's like, even the gifts and the energy and the intuition, it's all cranked up to like an 11. And it's really great and really exciting and really wonderful. But at the same time, it's like, whoa, okay, I'm not I'm not quite ready for this at the moment. It feels like that moment where something's just shoved into a socket where it's not quite aligned. But you know what's happening with that? That energy that we're pulling in at the moment is going to upgrade everything. So if you notice from here on in, people that you have been tied to, friends, family, if you notice that there are certain things, certain conversations even that you can no longer resonate with, it's because you're being upgraded, up leveled, upskilled in some way, shape, or form. Allow yourself to be so. It is uncomfortable. It is, it makes you feel like, okay, I don't really know what's going on. Like, am I here or am I somewhere else at the moment? Well, the answer to that question, quite frankly, especially with the weekly general that came up when I filmed it yesterday, what's happening at this moment in time, we're walking with one foot in this realm and one foot in the other realm. There is a massive sense of integration going on at this moment in time, and I really feel this very, very powerfully. Who you were is no more. Who you're going to be isn't quite here yet. So, being in this moment in time and straddling those two worlds, you get to rebuild, recenter, recalibrate yourself in a way that is totally aligned. Why? Because you're taking the best elements of what has been in your life and you're integrating it into all of the best attributes that are going to be in your life. Um, it's just a really powerful moment at this moment in time. So I wanted to share this with you guys because I know a lot of people are feeling it at the moment. I know I'm feeling it at the moment. And then there's the heat. Like, yes, I know it's the height of summer here in the UK, but damn. Like, I was like, okay, all right. So this is good. And it's really interesting that somebody's brought this up. So somebody's mentioned here that they feel a little bit lost at the moment. And that can be a part of it, right? Absolutely. That can be stay in the present. Absolutely. That feeling of being lost or feeling out of sorts is a part of it, because if you're not quite who you were and you're not using that fuel source anymore, and you're not quite who you're going to be and you're not really tapped into that fuel source at the moment, what does that mean? You're somewhere in the middle. But if you can bring yourself into this present moment, into your physical body, and this is a really important part of it. So yesterday I got to the point where I was so exhausted, my voice went. Now, for those of you that know me, that have been with me long enough, I could talk the hind legs off a donkey, right? In 2018, I got sick and I lost my voice for 3 days. I was literally out for 3 days. And when I say it was rough, it was rough. And ever since then, when I get too tired or run down, or like I've pushed it a little bit too far, my voice will start to go. So it's now my warning system. That's my body saying, Raf, you need to slow it down. So yesterday, voice gone. And I was like, oh my God, I was like literally squeaking air out, right? So I had a bath, I brought myself into the present moment, and I literally just sat in the water and I said, right, okay, cleanse me, heal me, but more importantly, bring me back into alignment with my body. And lo and behold, today I feel a lot better. So, whatever you can do to center yourself, whatever you can do to bring yourself into this present moment, whatever you can do to bring yourself deeply into connecting to your physical body, do so. If you can do that in the natural world, even better, right? If you live next to a forest or a park, go out into nature. If you live next to the ocean, oh my gosh, I envy you so much. Go and get your toes in that water. It will make you feel so much better. Um, yeah, Epsom salts in your bath will really, really help, or even just soaking your feet in them will be amazing. Now, as for all else, what I really want to say to you is this: what's taking place at the moment may make you feel lost, but it's really the process of you finding out who you're truly meant to be and what your purpose actually is. You are going to have to be brave enough to get on that train when it docks, and you're going to be have to and you're going to all have to be brave enough to go where you've never gone before. And I promise you, if you hold on and you push for it and you push yourself towards all of the brightest things in your life with an open heart and an open mind, what happens for you can be truly miraculous. This isn't about fighting yourself. It's not about fighting the new and, murdering the old. It's about finding a way to integrate those aspects of yourself. Who you were is no more. Who you're going to be isn't quite here yet. This message has come up so much recently in the personal tarot readings that I've done for people. And a lot of people are like, I'm in between a rock and a hard place. Yes, you are. But the truth of the matter is this: you're too far along the path to go back, and you're not quite far enough to be where it is that you're supposed to be at this moment in time. So, what does that say? It means be present, keep going, keep getting there. All right, be in this moment and sit with it. Like I said, if you dig into this energy, you'll realize that yes, maybe you feel a little bit irked, yes, maybe you feel a bit lost, but it's not dark. It's just an up leveling and it feels uncomfortable, right? It's not that anything is it's not that the world is ending, it's just that we're being upgraded in some way. All right, someone's put here, I was made aware for me at the moment, it might be a time now, sorry. New soul contract with a new source. I really like that. I don't know. For some reason, that's disappeared. Yeah. Um, I really like that. So yes, this could be a time where you're rewriting a soul contract, or maybe forging a new one, maybe connecting to something new. If you've worked with certain deities, certain energies, certain spirits, certain angels for a long time, maybe it's time for you to work with new ones. Maybe they are ready for you to graduate. Did you ever stop to think about that? That maybe sometimes the things that we did before aren't working for us because we've up leveled beyond that. So we move on to something else and we start the cycle again, right? So don't think of this as, oh, my faith is failing me, because it will never fail you. Just like your spirit, your energy, your angels, whatever you want to call it, it will never fail you. What it will do is push you out of the nest when you're supposedly not ready to fly. All right. So if you're telling yourself like, I can't, like, oh, wow. Thank you so much. That's really beautiful. Thank you. It means a lot. Um, all right. So at this point, I'm just rambling and waffling. So I will let you go unless anybody wants to ask me a question. I will do my absolute best to answer it as best as possible. As always, it will always just be the truth as I understand it. So be careful what you ask. Mm. Oh, thank you. Well, that's for me, that's what I always strive to do. It's all well and good. We have these big philosophical ideas and understandings, and we're tapped into the energy and stuff. But unless you can bring it down to ground in order to actually use it in the here and now, we are spirits and spiritual, yes, having a human experience. But it's really important that we have that experience, that we are in the here and now, that we listen. When do I think it will pass? It's important that we have this grounded experience, that we have this human experience, and utilize a part of this experience to reach for and tap into the spiritual. But you have to be here in order to utilize it. You have to be in the here and now. So bringing this stuff down to ground, making it practical where we can insert it into our everyday lives, that's the important part. Um, yeah, very, very interesting. Even that as well, like you see how now I'm a little bit erratic at most of the time, but even that is a part of this at the moment. If you find you can't concentrate, bring it back, bring your focus back, right? So from now on, for the next 5 to 7 days, I want you to tell yourself that your mind is like your favorite naughty little 5 year old. And every time it wanders off, you got to bring it back. All right. Same with your energy. Hey, come here, you. I see where you are. Bring it back. Come on, come back. Bring it back to the now. Bring it back to the focus. If you see yourself in a negative thought loop or thought pattern, hey, come on, get out of there. Switch it up, right? Hang on to the light, hang on to those wonderful vibrations at the moment, right? You need to keep it focused, bring it into the here and now on a consistent. um wow, thank you, Janelle, that really means a lot. Listen, guys, I love you. Take care, have an amazing rest of your day. Check in with this video as and when you need to, or share it with somebody that you know is having a bit of a moment at this moment, so that they know not only are you not alone, but actually this is all part and parcel of what is upgrading you and your life in some way, shape, or form. I love you all. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.